decision would be definitely shaping your career path ahead. You all have decided to become an engineer. It's really fantastic choice. If you are passionate about contributing to the advancements that benefit the industries and societies. You all know that engineers play a very crucial role in developing technologies, infrastructure, and solutions that address actually the global challenges and improve the quality of life. Many of you will achieve it by choosing a path, maybe through IIT career, maybe through making your career in NIT, or maybe in autonomous college, or maybe in a state engineering college. Friends, there are many parameters which you must take into consideration very carefully whenever you are making a choice of an engineering institute or a branch therein. And we all know that at this age, students are in dilemma. Which college to be chosen, which branch to be chosen, whether the priority is to be given to the college or whether the priority is given to the branch. It's not only that, you have some other questions like what the centralized admission process is. How does Directorate of Technical Education or State CET cell does the allotment of the seats? What is the criteria? So all your doubts today we would be resolving in this seminar. That is how Vidyalankar is facilitating all the engineering aspirants and their parents through this seminar. It's our practice to conduct such seminars since long, maybe 4-5 years since we have been conducting such seminars. Probably you may be aware that last Saturday only we had conducted one webinar and we could get overwhelming response to this webinar. Almost more than 900 plus beneficiaries we could observe. So, although I have told you that making a choice of institute and branch is a priority of a student, let us go through the parameters which one should consider whenever we are talking about the institute selection. The first and foremost thing that you will try to understand is what is your interest. Whether your interest is in a specific branch. How do you find your interest? Right from schooling, you must have learned various subjects, various courses. And obviously, your interesting subjects you are well aware about. You are interested in chemistry, you may choose chemical engineering. At 12th and 11th standard, if you have taken computer science and if you find yourself very good at coding, logical thinking, you may go for computer and IT branches. If you are good at understanding the vehicle technology, you may prefer to have a mechanical engineering. So that is how your interest you are well aware about, as well as your strengths, in which courses you are good at. So you have a rough idea about what your choice is, what your interest is, and what are your career goals. So accordingly, definitely, you must have been determined what are my interests, what are my career goals. And once you have decided that, then you start searching for a good college. Now, while looking at a college, what parameters of the college you will look into? Obviously, from the parents' point of view, they will look at whether college is nearby your residence or not. What is the location of the college? If you are staying on a central line, whether it is on a central line or western line, whether it is outside your region, you are from Marathwada region, college is in Mumbai. So commutation, whether it is easier for a child or not, that is definitely the one of the criterion parents and students would be looking for. Secondly, faculty. Now, faculty really makes a lot of difference because dedicated, passionate faculty, as well as the well acquainted with the domain knowledge. I mean, faculty domain knowledge is really important. So domain research also is very important. So all this information is available on our website. On every college's website, this information is available. So whenever you are going for a computer engineering, for any college, please look into that, whether the computer engineering branch faculty, how many faculties are there, whether they are expert in those domains or not. Whenever we go for PhD, that time we look into the research forum of the IITs, whenever we are going into the NITs and IITs, what is the domain of that faculty? So similarly in the engineering also, you should look at the domain of the faculty, number of faculties, whether the number is quite sufficient or not. Then the infrastructure, whether the labs are equipped with the modern technologies and tools, equipment are there or not, whether the amenities and facilities are there or not. Ours being a student-centric institute, we always look into the student first, this thing. I mean, that is our, what you can say, slogan, student first. So whether the canteen facility, sports facility, extra co-curricular facilities are available or not. So that all comes under the infrastructure. Maybe you're fond of very some sports, whether playground is there in the college or not, that one has to look into. Then most important is the placement and higher education opportunities are there, internship opportunities are there or not. Now you know that pre-placement preparations normally all colleges do. But what are the policies? What are the best practices the college is following regarding the pre-placement activities? So that one needs to look into. Internship opportunities are there or not? Now you know that National Education Policy 2020 has come up. And whole idea behind the National Education Policy is holistic education and the multidisciplinary education. How one can have a holistic development of a students. Holistic means apart from your core subjects, whether multidisciplinary subjects are being offered or not, whether extracurricular and co-curricular activities are substantial enough or not. So that one has to look into. So for that, one needs to visit the campuses. You need to visit the campuses. Fortunately, you are here today on our campus. So I would request you to please go through our labs, our departments, and look into all the facilities and the infrastructure. The most important third aspect whenever you are selecting a college is that what about the accreditation of the college? Now, what is this accreditation? In case of engineering, you will find that this accreditation, there are three types. Actually four, but three I'll tell you. One is the NAAC, which is for the institute, whether the institute is National Assessment and Accreditation Council accredited or not. That is for the entire institute. The second kind of accreditation is for the NBA, that is the National Board of Accreditation, and that is for the programs, that means for the departments, whether computer department is NBA accredited, IT department is NBA accredited or not. And the third is the NIRF ranking, which is at a national level, NIRF ranking. Fourth, which I was talking about, is the ABET, that is the USA accreditation. Some of the institute also go for that. So this accreditation, why it is important? Because the college in which you are taking or seeking the admission, whether that is accredited or not, because somebody has already certified that college by the national agency. Because whenever the accreditation happens, the experts from the all over India, they come to your college and they look into all your systems and processes, whether they are well placed or not. So once they have given the accreditation, that means you need not separately look into those things. Already someone has already certified that. Moving ahead, even the affiliation is also important. Sometimes students go to some college which is not affiliated to any of the universities. Maybe that affiliation is not with even the All India Council of Technical Education. That means it may not be the AICTE approved. So all these parameters students need to check before seeking the admission to any institute. Now, whenever we look into the branch selection, some of the parameters would definitely getting overlapped, because sometimes students see that I would like to go for only computer engineering, then what maybe the college may be. I mean, irrespective of the type of college. I mean, whether it is located at central, western, far away from my residence, I'm only interested in computer engineering. So sometimes students compromise for the type of college because of the branch. And sometimes they compromise for the type of branch because of the college. One thing I'll tell you, when the college is good, you can choose any of the branch of that college, because NEP has given you to such an extent the scope to your career that employability skills under the NEP are so many things available in the colleges. And I'll tell you that government of Maharashtra has started giving, I mean, they have launched last year from 23-24 onwards, all autonomous institutes, they are following the NEP guidelines. So we have implemented autonomy as well as the NEP. So you will get benefited in the autonomous colleges by looking into this multidisciplinary approach and holistic development approach in true letter and spirit. That is the thing I wanted to tell you regarding the accreditation and affiliation, and regarding the branches, again, the domains. Now, what happens that recently you will find that in last decade, All India Council for Technical Education has come up with so many emerging technologies like AI, ML, data science, 3D animation, graphics, so many branches they have come up. Many colleges, they have taken up such a courses, such a programs. Now, while selecting such a domains, normally long back whenever I was studying, that time mechanical engineering was there, and then that time production engineering also came up. So production engineering was a subset of mechanical engineering. So trend of students was to select mechanical engineering, not production engineering, because the job employability, wherever the production was eligible students, mechanical was by default eligible. So today also, whenever you are looking into AI, ML, data science, computer engineering, sometimes you'll find that computer engineering branch, like in my college, computer engineering is there. But all flavors of AI, ML, data science, data analytics, cyber security, blockchain, these are covered through honors and minors program, as well as the professional elective tracks, which we call it as a specialization tracks, right from third year. So you can enjoy the scope for the cutting edge technologies as well as the core branch computer engineering or information technology as such. So that student needs to take into account. Future prospectus, career opportunities, industry scenario, growth prospectus. More than me, my panelist industry experts would be telling you about this, because today explicitly the seminar is meant for this panel discussion. So let them throw more light on this. The only thing is interdisciplinary approach, which I have already spoken through the NEP. And you will find in the autonomous colleges the scope for that multidisciplinary projects. Even in my college also, you will find that all students are taking interdisciplinary projects. Today, specialization, even if you look at the nanotechnology, what is nanotechnology? It is all about the chemistry, it is all about the physics, mathematics, everything, microelectronics, VLSI, IC technology, all these courses are included in nanotechnology. So it is nothing but a multidisciplinary approach. And today, that is the current need of our. Evaluate pros and cons. The first and foremost aspect is the curriculum. Being an autonomous institute, this curriculum is very, very important, because only autonomous institutes are able to flexibly design the curriculum to suit to the requirements of industry. In affiliated institutes which are affiliated to University of Mumbai, you will find that the revision of curriculum is with a specific period of time. So students may not be able to get updated with the updated curriculum every now and then. Because in autonomous, every year you can have minor changes, keeping pace of industries in mind. Other aspects I already spoken you about higher education, even the higher education opportunities, what kind of competitions, what kind of career counseling programs college is arranging, and seek advice. Under the advice, I would say that before taking a final decision, you please talk to current students who are doing engineering, alumni, whoever you know, and professors of any engineering colleges for understanding the details of the branch. Even in my college, every day you will find that from 9 to 5, we have a career counseling. I mean, this counseling team and marketing team is there, headed by our Professor Sonali Borkar, who is the first year engineering in charge. Anytime you can come and seek advice. Our all heads of the departments are there. So that advice is also possible. And today we have specially arranged industry professionals for giving you advice on this. So this I have already spoken about. There are many career opportunities, and today you will have a detailed discussion with industry panelists regarding these different career opportunities. Before I end, let me tell you some points regarding my overview about my institute. Vidyalankar Institute of Technology was established in the year 1999 under the dynamic leadership of late Professor C.S. Deshpande, with an objective to provide a scholarly and conducive environment for the holistic development of the students. We are always nurturing learners and transforming them into the competent professionals. It is an autonomous institute, AICT approved, affiliated to University of Mumbai, and currently we are having the 5 undergraduate programs: information technology with an intake of 180, computer engineering with an intake of 180, electronics and telecommunication engineering with an intake of 120, electronics and computer science with an intake of 120, and biomedical engineering with an intake of 60. As I was telling you that some students are interested in electronic gadgets as well as the computer science. And therefore, the blending of these two programs is done in electronics and computer science. So job employability, career opportunities are numerous here in electronics and computer science also. We have 3 postgraduate programs, one in computer engineering, that is the ME MTech computer engineering. Second is in electronics and telecommunication engineering. And third is Masters of Management, MMS studies. And we have 2 PhD programs. One in computer engineering, and second program in electronics and telecommunication engineering. We would be commencing from the year 24-25. This is NAAC accredited institute with a grade of A+. I am really proud to tell you that when we got accredited during the year 2019, wherein NAAC was in the revised accreditation framework, and we could stand all India rank 3rd and Maharashtra rank 1st in the A+ category. Apart from that, you will find that all our undergraduate programs, they are accredited by National Board of Accreditation. All our undergraduate programs are permanently affiliated to University of Mumbai. And being an autonomous institute, we have a flexibility of curriculum design and development, and that we do in a true letter and spirit every year. I would also like to mention few awards which this institute has received. Internationally acclaimed Design Share Award for its architectural excellence we have received. Best Institute Award for Innovative Pedagogical Approaches and Tools by CSI Mumbai. And Distinguished College Award at the Technest India. And Top Institutional Theatre Design Award for the state-of-the-art technologies or the auditorium that where we are sitting today. So student friends, with this information, I would like to stop here. I wish you a very good luck for your future career. And I'm sure that while leaving from this institute, you will be definitely have enriched with your knowledge of what are the prospectus, and whatever your decisions are there, you will be able to take a right decision for the career path ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful thoughts. Definitely, your rich experience will guide our engineering aspirants in the right direction in times to come. Moving on, I would now like to introduce Professor Meenakshi Nandula. She is the Department Academic Officer of First Year Engineering and has teaching experience of 19 years. Now I request Professor Meenakshi Madam to apprise our students and parents about VIT.
Thank you, Dr. Mickey. Respects to the panel. Greetings to all the dynamic future engineers out here and your parents who are here to give wings to your dreams. Engineers don't just build things, they build the future. I am thrilled to see before me the future of our nation, eager to explore the fascinating world of engineering. As you seek to enter a new phase of your academic journey, perhaps you are wondering how life would be as an engineering student. Let us have a glimpse of what is in store as a BTech student of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. VIT's mantra is student first. Students form the center of our Vidyalankar universe, and all our initiatives revolve around them. Learner centricity and student delight hold great significance in every single initiative of ours. Being conferred with autonomous status has been an opportunity for us to implement new avenues for student development. VIT offers flexibility in academics and allows students the freedom to choose what works best for them. The synergy of a curriculum, pedagogy, and evaluation equip our students with the right tool set, skill set, and mindset required to achieve professional success. Let us have a look at the tool set that VIT is offering. A clean and green campus with modern infrastructure that grooms global citizens. On the academic front, every classroom is air-conditioned and has interactive smart boards to make learning an engaging process. Moreover, lecture capture recording facility allows students to revisit and revise lectures for deep learning. Beyond academics, recreation center, well-maintained playgrounds are alternative places of learning sportsmanship. Labs are said to be an engineer's second home. This is where all the application of concepts learned in the classroom happens. VIT has well-equipped labs to stimulate the spirit of innovation in young minds. Machine and Deep Learning Lab, Artificial Intelligence Lab, Design and Prototype Lab, AR/VR Lab, IoT Lab, to name a few. Speaking of the skill set of our students is built through a thoughtfully designed curriculum that builds a strong foundation of engineering knowledge in sync with industry requirements and advances. Our faculty are competent and highly qualified. In addition, we facilitate courses by international faculty and industry experts to broaden the horizons of your learning. Now, it is said that every student can learn not on just the same day or in the same way. Our pedagogy integrates innovative techniques to lead students towards a joyful learning experience. Customized pedagogy takes care of the diverse learning needs of students, be it giving thought-provoking problems to advanced learners or mentoring learners who need more hand-holding. Now, to sensitize students to societal needs, courses like design thinking and social internships are included in the curriculum. In collaboration with NGOs, these internships not only award credits, but convey valuable lessons in application of technology for nation building. VIT's unique credit transfer program offers an opportunity to our students to attend courses in top institutes like IIT Bombay, IIM Mumbai, CDAC, and NISM. And you know what? Students can avail these courses completely free of charge. Let's have a quick look at the bouquet of professional tracks that our students will get to choose from in their third year of engineering. They can also opt for honors and minor degree programs as per their interests and aptitude. To help students gain exposure to technological advancements across the globe, VIT organizes international edu tours. Our students have been to Germany, Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea. Our focus is on developing knowledge, skills, and attitude. Along with the right tool set and appropriate skill set, it is necessary to build an agile mindset in our learners. And how do we do this? Through continuous comprehensive evaluation, and we ensure that the student progresses on their learning path. The skill set acquired develops confidence in their abilities and provokes them to keep learning and keep achieving. Our efforts are directed towards holistic development of learners. Research suggests that the left brain is usually associated with critical thinking, logical analysis, reasoning, and problem solving. Moreover, we also provide opportunities to our students to develop right brain capabilities such as creativity, emotional intelligence, empathy. In the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. We do this by offering a platter of curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. For instance, there are many professional bodies like Google Developer Students Club, Computer Society of India, IEEE, TEDx, and many clubs and committees wherein students organize and engage in technical activities. Here are some glimpses of technical co-curricular activities wherein you can see students building drones and robots. Now, after striving so hard to build your technical capabilities, students also need to have fun, right? So college life is indeed a memorable phase of your learning journey. So my young friends, we believe in study hard, but party harder. One way would be to participate in Friday Pathshala and get your fun ka acha dose saal bhar. Showcase your hard-learned classical talents, shake a leg with celebrities like Priyanka Chopra and Ranveer Singh. You can get to play air hockey, PS5s, and jam in the karaoke room in the recreation center. So that brings us to the outcomes of an educational experience at Vidyalankar. The transition from being aspirants to evolving into competent professionals is indeed a rewarding one. I request you to enjoy your journey of learning. Our students have won accolades at the national level by bagging Smart India Hackathon Awards and Tantra Vihar intercollegiate project competitions. Outcomes can be seen from the lens of placements, higher studies, and entrepreneurship. VIT students are recruited by major organizations like Google, TCS, GE, Capgemini, and many others. All those who opt for placements get all the possible training and support to get well placed. Here's a look at some of our alumni who are working at top companies like Google, Microsoft, Deloitte, Apple, Tata Capital, Morgan Stanley, right? And some prefer to pursue higher studies and they go to IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, John Hopkins, Stanford University, and others. Now, those who wish to set up their own startups are most welcome to. We assure you of all required support. Under Mission Unicorn, currently 7 startups are in incubation, backed by a strong team of international venture capitalists. With this quick overview of VIT, I bid adieu, and I wish you all a spectacular engineering journey ahead. Bon voyage.
Thank you, Professor Minakshi Nandula, for unfolding the wonderful world of engineers at VIT. Now is the time of panel discussions with our engineering experts. The purpose of this panel discussion is to acquaint everyone and provide guidance about the engineering journey, the future scope of different branches, and many more. May I now request Professor Pankaj Banwari sir to come to the dais and take the session ahead with the panel discussion, followed by the question and answer session.
for achieving your goal and also is confused about the possible outcomes that is planned. For somebody always is confused and looking for responsible choice. It is better than somebody who doesn't have a choice and just go along with whatever is there for them. So here and what is the challenges and here are industry experts. Guiding. So better so right now, right now, yeah. Absolutely. Basically, current trend is I foresee in the industry right now for engineering students and engineering IT sector field. You know, there's a lot of competing. There's artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, IoT, and things like that. Yeah. So there's a great demand as of now also, and it will be there in the future also because a lot of computing, for example, the people are now transferring their infrastructure to the cloud computing because of its scalability and affordability. So artificial intelligence, people would be aware about it, what is demand or what is the usage of AI in our day-to-day life. So obviously, they will also be there in time to come, and it will be the main this rather than to be there. About IoT is basically the physical devices connected with the internet and getting the best usage, best data, best responses out of it. So IoT demand is also going to be there. Cybersecurity is the most key demand things as of now, because whatever you do with computer engineering or IT or whatsoever. Okay.
Hello. Let's start off with some numbers. Healthcare industry, healthcare and IT or medtech industry in India, I'm not even talking globally, is poised to hit around 90,000 crores. Okay. Just to put things in perspective. How many people are there? Everybody needs healthcare. And if you need healthcare medicines, it is pharma. You need kind of some kind of procedure to be done. Could be something as simple as an X-ray. Or how many of you have a, to buy a show of, how many of you have a smart watch that you're currently wearing?
For a smartphone, yeah, I see a lot of people with a smartwatch. What does a smartwatch do for you? Now, the things that you look at, your O2 saturation levels, which has become very popular post-COVID. There are right? SpO2. You look at your heart rates. Look at if you have a smartwatch like iPhone or iWatch, you look at your ECG, right? All of these things. How do you think these things are happening? These kind of advances would not have been possible, or making healthcare accessible would not have been possible without biomedical, right? And so I would say if you are even a little bit interested, you wanted to be a doctor, but you didn't want to kind of be, kind of working with patients all the time, but you wanted to be an engineer, but you are not interested in working with cars or machines only, but you want to be choose a path where you are able to leverage both those skills, engineering and biology, to make lives better, then I would suggest there are only 60 seats here. I saw when ma'am said there are only 60 seats here. So I would encourage all of you to kind of sign up for those 60 seats, because I can promise you this. If you kind of do well in those particular 60 seats the next 3 years, I will have a position for you in my company, in my team. Okay. So, and why Capgemini or why my team? Apart from me, there are other 100 particular companies that are waiting to hire. As I said, I started out with a number, right? $11 billion only in India, not across the world. And for that particular pie, there are companies like Siemens, Johnson and Johnson, Bayer, and so many other companies that are vying for your talents right now. They're looking for biomedical engineers. So you can work either directly with them, or you can work with a company like Capgemini Engineering that works with all of these companies. So you don't have to stick with just one particular product. You can work across products. You can work on an X-ray machine. You can work on a pacemaker the next day. You can work on a OCD. I mean, I'm going to use a lot of terms that you'll come to become more familiar with as you go ahead. Or you can work with neuromodulation. You can work with connected OR, robotic surgery, or even simple things like wearables that give you a better picture into your health on a daily basis, right? So I hope, sir, I hope that answers your question, but thank you. So you mentioned five. I would say you are a little behind. We have already started talking about 60 now. We have labs in India that goes up. And very soon, I know the time to go from moving to 40 was a little longer. But the time from moving from 40 to 40, I don't know why. Still probably be moving on 60 and 70 or 80. So yeah, if you are excited about 60 or 70, remember it doesn't start without understanding how that goes from 1G or edge computing or anything work. If you're going to be a telecommunication engineer, focus on the fundamentals, and then you'll be able to create the next generation of telecommunication.
So one thing students we are aware of from what you can hear, irrespective of the stream that you choose, it's the skills required to basically address a problem is what any industry is looking for. So may it be a computers or IT or electronics, computer science or telecommunication or biomedical. What you need to possess as an engineer is that skill for problem solving. And as long as the institute is training you for that, you can very much go ahead and build your career in any particular stream that you have chosen. So moving forward to what sir already had started pointing toward it is, so is it only for the, so is it only for the electronics or computer science, IT student or sorry, for biomedical student or mechanical student, no computer science, or even the computer engineers should have it this student?
Computer engineers or IT students must have received a disciplinary understanding and knowledge also, because any employment, any working sphere, would ask, would need all the things together. Like if I am good in coding or writing a program or developing the software for that, but I'm not good about the understanding the functionality of it, I would not be able to deliver well in time. I will not be able to deliver what is needed in the best interest of the organization. So the interdisciplinary has to be there. That skill has to be there. And there are many opportunities nowadays. I mean, one can simultaneously learning the engineering part and get the other interdisciplinary other knowledge gaining together.
Such gatherings and with some of those such activities involving an interdisciplinary environment which we need to have a budget in it.
That's my daily life. Let me give you some example. Let me just talk about one of the most recent projects that we are working on. And this is from a medical device manufacturer. How many of you know what a heart disease is, or when you can perform an angioplasty? Have you heard, or any relative or somebody might have undergone a heart problem and got done some angioplasty down, or had its stent kind of implanted? Yes? Okay. So when you have a blockage in your heart, right? Heart, I'm going to make it in a small answer. I'm going to take a few minutes more. Right? Heart is like, a human body is almost like a house. It has electrical system, wiring system. It has plumbing. So if your pipes get blocked, you call the plumber. If your wiring gets kind of has a problem, you call the electrician. So similarly, in a human body, the heart would have an electrical problem, or it would have a plumbing problem. When I say plumbing problem, in this, your arteries or veins may get blocked. And here, what you have to do is you have to figure out which artery or vein is blocked. You would have to figure out how to open it up. Do I need a triple bypass or a bypass operation? Or can I place a stent and open it up? But how does the doctor come to know about all of this? Right? And that's where the doctors generally use radiological images, different types of images. Most of you have seen a 2D image. It is black and white. It will be a black and white version of your heart. And then you these are the arteries and veins, and this vein is kind of blocked. But you don't know what kind of a blockage it is, right?
So my team is currently working on helping the medical device manufacturer use artificial intelligence and use images coming from various modalities. So ultrasound, X-ray, MRI kind of images coming together, taking those images and creating it into a 3D model. Using AI ML to figure out what kind of a block is it. Is it calcification? Is it fat deposit, cholesterol? Whatever, because that will determine how the doctor will treat that particular thing. Now, so what do you think? What kind of people do I need in my team to create such a particular solution? Obviously, I need doctors or biomedical engineers who understand what art is, who understand the technical term and who be able to guide my engineers. I need AI experts, people who understand how to do the data science, like you were saying, what kind of images, how many images are going to be there, how do I interpret whether the black block in the image is a calcification deposit or is it a fat deposit, right? And how then I need all of those particular telecom science engineers and the mechanical or electrical engineer to design an entire system. The doctor is going to perform the full back operation, that is, they kind of guide a thin wire with a camera at the tip or an ultrasound at the tip, the full perform a full back. So here I need the mechanical aspect of it. How is that device going to be created? What is the processing unit? What is the device storage power? So I cannot build this without having a cross-functional team. And obviously, I cannot lead a cross-functional team without having understanding of all of these particular areas. So one of the things that ma'am mentioned, converting aspirants to professional, and she used a specific word, T-shaped engineers. And I like that term a lot because all of you are encouraging all of you to be a T-shaped engineer while understanding across multiple subjects, but in-depth understanding in any one given area. If you don't understand how to interpret that T-shape, that is what my interpretation. Okay. So third, I will say, please go ahead and choose any discipline that you want, but make sure that you understand and learn what are others doing in their disciplines, because nobody can succeed alone. We all need a team, and a cross-disciplinary team is what is going to get us across the board.
Yes, that's how we also interpreted that all the professional courses that they learn bring in their depth, and all the open skills that they learn build up their breadth, and so overall they tend to become a T-shaped engineer, whereas they are able to work within a team also. Thank you. Dilip sir, you mentioned, and definitely now we are coming to the point where we agree that each engineer should have skills of exactly knowing what is to be done, a technical skill. But apart from technical skill, while hiring someone, any other soft skills or any other skills that you want a particular employee to possess, which they should be focusing towards during their 4-year graduate program?
Okay.
Actually, you might know you're a rock star.
I think someone else's mic is open. And this is positive feedback.
Yeah.
Again,
That is something I learned when I was doing my biomedical engineering.
this one.
That's what it is. So this is positive feedback. So positive feedback is a real thing. What I'm talking is going on to the speaker. The speaker is also being amplified by the mic, so that's that's created. So anyway, I'll start with piggybacking on what Geeta ma'am said. You need to have multiple skills and you need to have depth in one like you need to be focused in one particular goal. All in lieu of what you're going to do, you're going to require some computer knowledge. That is basic today, right? Probably 20 years ago, when like my, seniors and all passed out, it's okay if you didn't know how to use a computer. But today, if you don't know how to use a computer, then like that's a big problem, right? So no matter you can do biomedical engineering, you can do electronics, communications, electronics and computer science, IT, CS, whatever you do, you need to understand some basics of how computers work, right? If you go one step ahead and learn how to code a computer or how programming languages work, not like the syntactically or not like knowing functions libraries, just knowing the logic of how computers think, right? How people who code computers think, that is going to go a long way, right? Apart from that, why? So that is something I test while hiring folks who are new to the company. Logic, right? I don't care if you know Python, but I care if you don't know how to sort or how to shuffle, that sort of thing. So understanding the logic behind what you're doing is extremely important, number one. Number two is a couple of things that we look for while hiring in the industry is how good you are with a team, right? There are folks who are predominantly, I work best alone, right? I am my own boss. I can't take orders and stuff like that. You need to be, good to gel with a team. You need to be a team player, number one. And number two, we always go for people who are natural leaders, like someone who can put their hands up and say, okay, that's a problem, I can plug in, I can fix it, right? So these are 2 3 main qualities that we look for in people. So while you are going to board this journey of engineering for the next 3 or 4 years, it is very important for you to understand how organisms work in groups, how people socialize and compartmentalize a problem into 4 bits. You take 1 bit, I'll take 1 bit, and we'll solve the problem together, right? That is number one. And number two is when you face a roadblock, you don't say, "Oh shit, I faced a roadblock." You say, "How can I fix this?" Right? Go back to the drawing board again. Problem solve. Find out what is the roadblock, how you can solve it, right? So those are the 2 3 main things that we look for.
So remember, students, it's not just about the knowledge and skill that you possess. During the 4 years, you have to also work towards the attitude overall to become a holistic engineer. So it's all the 3 components, the A, S, and the A, the knowledge, skill, and your attitude that you possess. So I just take you back to your engineering days.
If you don't have skills, I don't have a problem. Skills are teachable. I can teach you how to learn something new. And my requirements keep on changing. I'll ask you to work on, say, a hard problem today. I'll ask you to work on a technical kind of a problem tomorrow. I'll ask you to work on a completely different kind of modality day after tomorrow. So it's not necessarily that you have all the knowledge and all the skills that the day one. But if you come and tell me, I've kind of done only projects on art, I'm not willing to learn anything other than that, then that becomes an attitude problem. So whenever I'm hiring somebody, the very first thing that I look at is the third set that man talked about, the mindset. The tool set and the skill sets can be acquired, but mindset is something that you have to develop yourself. You have quickly what you talked about, the resilience, the problem solving skills, the can-do attitude. And that is what I really look for in my people. I don't care whether you are using GenAI or you use ChatGPT or whatever. If you figure out what tool to use and solve my problem, I'm more than happy.
So I just take another anything or here. Back to the college days. And we can recollect what are things that you really, because it's the hardest thing. Develop attitude, right? Attitude about this. Teaching knowledge or imparting the knowledge in a monologue form, in a unit direction form, is something that is simpler than we have in years. But really the right attitude. So in the college days, anything that you put upon, and support from the ministry in order to build the right attitude, which could have helped you any incidents that.
Okay.
Among the three of us, I graduated. So, audit, it's a very important, but lot of things. But I'm going to take a very fun. And, the first thing the college gave me was the scholarship. Way back for girlfriend, and it was her birthday. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have money. So I went to the college lab. It was open door for COVID against the college. I spent like a year, learned how to handle that. Made one application with a go to and so I learned how to position in bed, how to use how to pick there one hard pop up, right? So the whole I guess and I gifted her that application. All her watching stuff. That is that is but what that gave me is one very important thing is you don't uh, learn by just textbooks, you don't learn by watching. You learn by picking a problem and solving that problem. For me, that was forward. So I'll give one more example. I give you. There was this old lady in my locality who was very grumpy. With big head and bad wall. But she was a like, her son was a good friend of mine. Uh, one day she fell down in the washroom and she couldn't get up the whole night. Next day morning she was so we went back to guy and we're like what how can we solve this problem? We went to the market, lavender road, bought on that. Next time she fell down, what this body. My cousin gave birth to a baby girl who had problem that she was doing rashes in her mouth because and doctor was so I took one moisture and buzzer it together. Okay. Next time she beat the moisture the buzzer went I said so we need to take a problem, solve it. Like, okay, I have learned this technology now. Like, I have this problem for technology. That's what fun.
Have a skill. What will look for in the next. And for example, after a lot of have a, demo, the other person. When I'm kind of hiring people, I look at which particular they are from, what particular degree they are kind of going for. But every organization has its own set of policies and requirements. And which particular degree have you got from it will also kind of impact the kind of package that you design. But that is the HR kind of aspect of it. Let me tell you what I look for it. I personally don't care whether you are from IIT or CIT. I personally look for when you spend those 4 years in that college, did you make the best of the facilities or the training curriculums that the college gave you? I'll tell you very frankly, how many of you have done high school projects? You're all coming for college first year, right? Engineering first year. That means all of you have completed your 12th. How many of you have worked on projects in 12th as a team? Yes, no? Okay, some of you have done. What is the average team size? 3 or 4 people? Yeah. And out of those 3 or 4 people, how many people actually work and how many people do a copy paste? You always know, right? Which person is going to do all the work and how you're going to copy from that person's particular project. So when I'm interviewing somebody who's just come out of college and they list a project on that particular, on their resume saying, this is the project that I worked on, I generally get to understand whether that person has done the work or that person has done copy paste. So yeah, it is good to have somebody to take leadership. As he said, there'll always be a natural leader, somebody who will say, yes, I'm going to willing to take this forward. I'm going to willing to solve this particular problem. But then what is it that you are gaining out of it? Are you actually able to learn what that particular topic is all about and what you are doing? Right? So, sir, going back to your question, I typically look for obviously I will not get the resume till my desk unless you meet the hygiene factors, which is a good college, a good degree, a certain pass percentage. That having said that, I'll look for, like, say for example, when I sign up an MOU with BIT, we know that it's going to focus on 360-degree kind of development of the student. It's not going to focus only on theoretical knowledge. The faculty has the relevant experience, the academia and the industry collaboration. They have hands-on experience, so they know what the challenge is. Let me give you some stats. Today, if you pick up again Economic Times or any of the other particular newspaper or industry reports, most of those reports will scare you. The parents, I'm sure the parents are doing this research, right? When you look at it, the industry stats, industry reports will tell you most of the engineers today are not employable. Most of the companies have a 6-month program to train the people so that to make them be able deployable on our projects. Why should I, as a company, spend 6 more months in training you since you've already done 4 years of engineering? I'm expecting that I should be able to take you and put you to work on the day one to make you kind of start contributing. But now most of the campuses look like second part of the college, where students are roaming around, learning some new particular technology, spending another 6 months in college in a given campus. So please don't do that. After that, they'll switch. And he talked about studies, right? And I've always kind of wondered about it. You can switch your tracks anytime you want. But you spend 4 years studying telecom engineering or biomed engineering or some comp science engineering. Then you do an IIM. Then you specialize in finance. And then you go do wealth management. If you are willing to do wealth management, study commerce and then do MBA and then go into wealth management. I mean, I am feeling a little sad that he gave up, biomedical engineering. He is a natural inventor. He actually built the first fault detection system. He actually kind of created what Johnson and Johnson is paying me thousands of dollars to build, which is a smart diaper. It will detect moisture. It will detect when the incontinent patients have kind of soiled themselves. It will kind of give me a warning so that the healthcare provider can kind of do it. Why is Johnson and Johnson spending millions on this? Why do I need a smart diaper? Most of the parents here will say, I don't need a smart diaper. I know when my child is going to soil the diaper, right? But that is a problem in Western world. The number of caregivers to number of people who need care is very disproportionate. And people are living alone more frequently. And that is why we need that. So pick your stream, switch later on if you want to, that's not a problem. But ideally, build on what you have learned so far. Right? Do further education on it, build it on further on top of it. I kind of hire people who have cleared their engineering. I kind of hire people who have done postgraduate studies. I have people who have done MS as well. And each one brings a different level of expertise. And that is always going to be needed. Thank you.
Thank you. Some of the last question. This is what Ma'am already pointed out. Can you please tell the journey from biomedical to now completely to the data analytics, data science, AI? What kind of what like they should do some add-on courses, some internships, any guidance to them?
Sure. So before I jump to that question, I'll just give a small brief on what my journey has been, right? So I did my graduation in biomedical engineering from DY Patil, Nerul. And when I graduated, with me graduated 13 others. We were a batch of 14 people, which was the very first batch of biomedical. It's just very nascent stages of beginning ki realization of the requirement of a domain like biomedical engineering back then. 13 of them are in US, Australia, Germany and all. I'm just in India. But after I graduated, I started working with an embedded systems and IoT startup. Did a lot of technical trainings there as well. Built a lot of projects. That's where I developed a sense for AR, VR also. In fact, we have a patent in how interactive learning with using AR and VR. So all of that. Then during COVID, we stopped doing a lot of trainings and we stopped doing a lot of projects and pivoted to the school market. And so I had was not very exciting for me. So I started working with one cybersecurity company in the US for like 3 or 4 years. I learned a lot of cybersecurity vulnerability management, penetration testing, all of that. And then for the last 3-4 years, I've been working with KPMG. And at KPMG, I'm mainly doing data analytics and machine learning and AI ML sort of thing, NLP and stuff like that. So that's been what it is. Like I've been switching tracks like that. And when I graduated, I had like probably on a scale of 1 to 10, I was a 3 on 10 when it comes to coding or programming and stuff like that. I was not the best of the best, right? I'm still not. But what triggered me to pick what I picked? I mean, looking back, it was a crazy journey. But and looking forward, I have no idea what I'm going to do 4 years down the line. But you need to be agile. You need to, you can't put your foot down and say, this is my domain and this is what I'm going to do. What excited me was I love solving problems. I love, looking at whatever day-to-day life we are living in. And I'm like, okay, this, the reverb and positive feedback is a good problem to be solved, right? That it's an amplifier, it's an electronic circuit. Probably a filter or something will solve that problem. So that's what excites me the most, and that's what engineering gave me also throughout, right? A lot of biomedical engineering 4 years had anatomy and physiology and genetics and long essays, like answers to be written, which was a little tiresome, which was a problem again. I had someone who write it for me and all. But typically, if you, I mean, when I say problem solving, I'm not asking you to become the problem solver yourself. Like I did. Maybe you can pay someone to become a problem solver, and that's entrepreneurship. Or maybe you can identify an existing solution, modify it, and do it. I mean, a lot of solutions are available out there. My personal trigger is problems, and during COVID, a lot of companies suddenly started going online. A lot of meetings became Zoom meetings. Everyone went remote, and suddenly everyone was adopting cloud technologies. And along with the scale of people that are going online, the scale of vulnerability and risk also increased. So that excited me a lot. I learned vulnerability management, penetration testing, Kali Linux, ethical hacking, all of these things. And then I was like, since I am learning this, why not look for something that's interesting in this space, right? I did that for a bit, and then after that, while I was learning, vulnerability management, I started understanding how risk mitigation can be analyzed and forecasted and predicted. What percentage of your users are going to be at risk for tomorrow or or next quarter or next year and so on. And then I started getting into this rabbit hole of how data analytics works and regression models and classification models and stuff like that. It was a lot of hypothesis testing, statistics, all boils down to mathematics. So that was fun for me. And I did that for a bit and I learned a lot of data science, and I'm working with KPMG analyzing data now. So it all boils down to what triggers me the most. It is that if you have a problem to solve, you get into a rabbit hole and you become the master of that, come out and you'll find something that supports you.
Other analysts and so students, I hope you understood that throughout 4 years you have to build your competencies. Okay, you have to be a problem solver, look out for the right opportunities, work towards it, make the best that the institute offers you, all the professional bodies, be a part of them. Okay, and do the best in the 4 years, and then look out for the right kind of job that inspires you the most, and that need not be completely sticking to the kind of stream that you possibly had completed during your 10th or during your engineering. It basically is by, because skills can be developed anytime. Okay, you can always learn them as long as you are agile and you are adaptable. And remember, we have as humans survived because we have been adaptable and agile, and we could even cross forward due to the same reason. So even with our mindset, we should be the same, adaptable and agile, and we would definitely run longer. Thank you.
So do you mind if you all give closing remarks?
Yeah,
Just a couple of minutes. Okay. Just one last thing. I mean, when I woke up today, I was thinking about what we have to say to these kids who just finished their schooling and they're entering into engineering. The one thing that I think a lot about, and when I go to colleges, I speak a lot about to students, is how do you know what you should pick as a career, right? Forget about engineering. Let's talk about 10 years down the line. How do you know what you want to pick as a career, right? So there are two things I'll give you. One is what do you like the most? What do you love the most? And the other thing is what are you extremely good at? And these can be two different things. Okay. For example, if I'm really good at coding, okay, I'm the best in the business, I'm really strong, and I know the ins and outs of all programming languages, I'm really good at coding. But if I pick that as a career, I'll be bored to death. It's a very boring job. I'll be making a lot of money, but I won't be sleeping in the night. But the other thing, which is what I like the most, what my passion is, for example, I love playing cricket. Okay, day in and day out, I can play the entire day. I'm not the best. I'll probably never get selected. I'll never get paid in this. I'll probably die poor, but I'll sleep every day. So what should I pick as a career? Should I go for what I like, or should I go for what I'm good at or strong at? So passion and strength. Now, what my father told me was you pick a gray area which has both of these things, right? If you're good at coding and you like cricket, you make CrickBuzz or Cricinfo or whatever, right? You code a cricketing platform. So if I was good at technology and I was good at, I like talking to people, I became a technical trainer, right? So try to find a gray area between your strength and your passion. That's that's my takeaway from this. Thank you.
Also, he has a single passion. He's working for Dream 11.
So just to kind of say that, I mean, when what he talked about kind of brings so many examples to mind. How many of you follow Ayur Shraddha on YouTube? No? Yes? Ayur Shraddha को नहीं देखा है क्या? देखा है ना?
YouTube में देखा, Instagram में
Insta देखा होगा, बराबर है. So that gives me away, right? I still need. Any Ayur Shraddha or Shraddha Ayur is a technocrat, was a technocrat, is now a stand-up comedian. Similarly, I know people who graduated from IIT, IIM, spent years with companies like KPMG or Capgemini, and they now have their Vada Pav franchisee, right? MBA Vada Pav, kind of the French people who have kind of don't have engineering background at all, and are talking to people who want to be engineers or are conducting sessions for IIT Mumbai. I am not an engineer. He told you about my background, a little bit about what I do for Capgemini, but he did not mention my educational credentials. I've done BSc in botany, chemistry, and zoology, and I have got an MBA. So I'm not an engineering graduate, but I still give lectures to engineers, postgraduates at IIT Mumbai, at VIT, and other places. So all I'm going to say, the bottom line here is, do what you love what you do. If you can't do any of these two, then figure out what you really love and start doing that. Because once you do what you love, you are going to kind of prosper. You're going to go ahead no matter what, right? It's about overcoming the challenges. I wanted to become a doctor. I couldn't become a doctor. I still figured out a way of working with doctors, with medtech companies to change lives, right? So follow your passion and put that to the calendar. And that brings me to some of the key things that we've not talked about today. We've been talking in English. I don't have a problem with English or any other language for that matter. But I get a lot of people, when you are going to work for a multinational company, which is French or English, or if you're going to work for a US clients, language competency is a must. I can be a very proud Gujarati or a Marathi or a Punjabi or a Bengali, whatever. I can pride myself on the fact that my language skills are fantastic. But please put effort in learning good communication skills. That is your make or break the first impression, right? If you can't get your ideas across to someone, if you cannot make somebody go wildly crazy about your idea, or then they'll probably not recruit you or hire you. Even colleges have started putting in place interviews, right? For hiring, for giving admission, right?
Yes.
So when I kind of started preparing for my IIM, I knew there was going to be an interview and a group discussion, right? So there again, you can have the most fantastic ideas in the world, but if you can't convey those ideas, or if you can't make those ideas actionable, then there's no point in having those great ideas, right? So learn how to communicate your ideas, be passionate about yourself, be flexible, and most importantly, be open to learning. Learn, unlearn, relearn is going to be the cycle for the rest of your life, irrespective of which branch you join. But it will be more true if you join a technology branch. Okay, so yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever stream you choose, do best, give it your best, and you will succeed, no doubt about it. Now, along with your mainstream education, whichever faculty, whichever stream you are choosing for your IT or the engineering stream, along with that, you should focus also simultaneously focus on your developing communication skills as men. Working in a group working, or the collaboration basically, that is also very important. The person, because after all, it's like a football match where every person or every team member is counted, or every team member contribution is noted well. So you have to be in a group, you have to focus on your soft skill development simultaneously, and
As soon as you start working or getting admission and whatever stream you may choose, start building your LinkedIn profile. It's a very professional platform, and along with that platform, you will also learn simultaneously so many things. What is market trend, what is industry trend, and what all experts are there, what they have to say about it. Okay, that's what I could suggest.
Marketing.
Yeah.
From our side, thank you experts once again for sharing your future. The engineer. All the best to all. Thank you.
That was really an yeah.
Yeah.
That's really an engaging session. So if anyone is having any questions, so they can volunteers can pass the mic.
All questions answered is not possible in any session. There should be a doubt always. Yes, you can say no question, either everything forward or forward. So either all queries answered or no queries answered.
But they college, right?
Hello, it was really insightful to listen to all of you. I have a very good question. Now, I will say, I will still have a degree which is provided by the skill universities. Now, the skill universities are very new. But as a future, if we look around, or after 10 years, will these degrees be valid or they will be through?
Okay, good question. I think both of them are really crucial in the structure where they are. Skill universities are important because they are going to, impart skills that probably you will not find niche skill set. So when you are building a backend framework, you use a lot of microservices like Databricks, Snowflake, things that we have not heard of. When you do a computer science program at a college, you will probably learn about what is backend, what is front end, what is processing, and all of these things. But these microservices or these here are being impacted by both of them have a very important role in the structure. I think I draw a comparison with is it better to settle in school or can I homeschool? Right? It's a very similar question. Of course, you can homeschool. You are the best teacher your kid can have, but your kid is never going to learn how to, behave in a society or how to meet with other people, how to communicate, how to, face day-to-day challenges when you're not around unless you send them to school, right? So, sending to, universities are important where you are going to get one-on-one mentorship with your teachers. You're going to have a group with which you're going to collaborate and build projects. You're going to look at people who are there, alumni, in the industry. So that is where it is. It cannot be shaken. It cannot be touched. But that cannot fulfill everything that you want, right? There are small things that you will have to specialize in after working in industry also. And the skill learners are taking these small things in the industry and imparting you that, right? So both of them are really crucial where they are. Any other answers?
I mean, he's kind of laid it out very well. I'll kind of ask you to think about it from this perspective. Getting a degree or education from a good university is table stakes. It will matter when you are trying for your first or second job. But if you ask me 10 years down the line, what impact will it have? I'll say none. Because 10 years it gives you that opportunity to kind of build your experience and let your work speak for itself. But how do I get my first break? What do I do? Where do I learn? What kind of a network that I build? It's kind of mentioned a very, very important point. If you look at all the graduates today, whether it is Sundar Pichai or whether it is somebody at the top of Microsoft, they all come from a particular background. Who do you think Sundar Pichai kind of picks up a phone and calls? Obviously his college mates, people who has kind of studied with, and they would be somebody that kind of went to school with, right? So going to an institute which is going to give you a good network, good mentors, good connects is very, very important when you're trying out your career journey. So yes, skill universities have a huge role to play. How do I remain relevant? 30 years in an industry, how do I remain relevant? How do I upgrade myself? How do I kind of learn something new? That is where skills universities will always have a space or a place to kind of work on, right? And there are tools nowadays that will help you give you answers. Somebody talked about copy paste kind of a generation, but it's not just about copy paste. If you can build the skills to use the right tools, go for it. But nothing replaces a formal or a good education or a good degree from the beginning. You can homeschool a person, but that person will still have to go and give, either 10th or 12th or get an engineering degree from somewhere or the other. I hope that answers your question. You want to say something here?
It's okay. You're covered.
Good morning, sir. My question to sir, I stated that we should create a platform and delivery to look about the current world situation, current situation of career. So one of my brother told me to search through it and to get more knowledge. So what I think about that is through the conclusion that as a student, can we at what year at what phase of our semesters we can apply for an internship? So basically, so in the internship. Yes. Yeah. So
See, you can start working on internship. Basically, internship is, to get exposure about the practicality of it. Okay. Now, there are many platforms which offer you a virtual internship also. Okay. So what you do is join that particular platform and use that platform to understand what the practical scenario would be. Like, for example, you are opting for, let's say, mechanical engineering. About mechanical engineering, because initial 1 or 2 years would be, in common for every engineering student. I think 1 year is common for all the students. Okay.
All seven grades that comes in the later. So now semester wide internship is incorporated in getting activities. So what you should look for is what kind of tie-ups and collaborations that are has to give you the best possible internship. Where you actually learn and collaborate with the industry and get the skills. Otherwise, semester wide internship will be a part of your curriculum. We should be there in any other. But what is important is what kind of collaboration you have. So that would give you the right internship that
Let me add to that, okay? One of your questions is at what point in my career should I start interning, right? I'll tell you what I tell my nephew and nieces, what I tell people, that I mentor. Internship, you can start internship at any point in your career. You've just given your 12, you're waiting for results, you're going to go do engineering, you have 6 months. I'll encourage you to go and get a job in McDonald's or Domino's or any other particular retail outlet, work behind the counter. That will also count as internship. But what it will teach you is something very, very important in terms of what does working in real life scenario look like? What kind of skills does it take in order to stand behind a counter and serve kind of a attitude altogether. So I will encourage you, yes, once you start doing your engineering, you will get opportunities of finally or 6 months of internship with a college or with a company or whatever. But don't stop yourself from interning even today. Look for opportunities around you, reach out to your relatives. Okay, so internship, you can do internship at any point in your career. Right? You should look for opportunities to gain practical life scenario as much as you can. Couple of more questions.
Fascinating, like right now you said about biomedical. So now I'm like thinking about it. If someone is thinking about finance, then my interest goes there. Then how should I find my own talent or passion? I don't, any field I get fascinated immediately.
Can I answer?
Please,
Yeah.
sir.
See, basically, students' mind, get carry forward with the demand they look at around, I mean, like, for example, my neighbor's son has been employed in some particular thing after doing this, then I get carry forward that obviously I am interested in that, but not that way, You should check your own interest, where you would like to, what would you like to learn, why would you like to learn, basically. Earning is okay, earning can be attained by any field, you may be a commerce student or a art student, then also you can earn. But your own liking, now you said that how to find out that liking. There are some assessment tests also in the market. It assess you internally from the 5 dimension. Your capability, your understanding, your teamwork, your leadership quality and everything. And after attending that particular test, which is of 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years also. And then it will give you some idea that you are good at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Out of these 5 points, you can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 careers, and then you should understand, I mean, out of that report. Okay.
To that or what you are passionate about or what you really like to enjoy. But and do those tests, it's important. But ask yourself one question and ask your parents also that one question. She's not going to be able to do anything, or he's not going to be able to do anything because he didn't become an engineer, or he didn't get into IIT or IIM or something like that. And I'm saying is, I'm challenging that thought process. Engineering is just one of the streams, medical is just one of the streams. There are 100 other streams that are open to you, 100 other careers that are open to you. And now that with new tools and technologies coming in,
You know, the. I want to pay your, but I'm challenging. Why I have to. We think that the pay is not being to become an engineer, why do you want to become an engineer? What is it that you really care about and what is the problem that you are trying to solve? We talked about problems, right? I see most patented doctors or most of the new advances coming out because of some personal experience that we went through. I lost a parent to cancer, that's why I want to cure cancer. Or my grandfather had a heart attack, that's why I want to figure out the best way to prevent a heart attack. Right? There are all personal stories attached to all great discoveries, right? Or there are personal story attached to our development journey as well. So look at why you want to do what you want to do. And sometimes, I mean, if you want to kind of read a book, start off with Simon Sinek. The author's name is Simon Sinek, SimonSinek. And his book is Start with Why. And my advice to all of you is start with why. Why do you want to become an engineer? And once you start asking at least 5 whys, 5 layers of whys, you will arrive at an answer that will give you a clear path. And one of the tools in that road is your psychometric test. It will kind of give you more insights about yourself, about your capabilities, about your strengths, about your areas of improvement, and where you are likely to succeed the most. But again, remember, human brain is much more powerful than any text, any test, any predictions ever built. The more somebody says no, if your attitude is, the more somebody says no, you cannot do it, the more I become determined to do it. Right? And the more I become determined to do something, I go ahead and achieve it. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And with this, we come to the, sorry, I think another person has a question. Yeah.
My question is, some colleges are giving some colleges are beating. There may be what is and beating. Basically, it is a very engineering colleges who are affiliated currently offering the and when it comes to an autonomous institute, they design their curriculum and according to their program, all of these programs. But they are also affiliated. Yeah, they might be the autonomous institute are affiliated to university and also offer engineering. And when it
From a higher degree perspective. When I'm looking at a current CV and I see a B engineering from B com science or I see tech com science, it really doesn't make sense. Because I know that I'm good with it.
Thank you, everyone, for such an engaging discussion. And it was truly a very inspiring one because the real life experiences of our experts shall really pave the right career path in times to come. Thank you once again, our experts, and also our audience for patient listening. That is also very important, and for the insightful questions with students and parents just now.
Let us now come to the next segment of our event. Here, I would like to welcome the Chief
The Chief Operating Officer, Vidya Lankar. She is an engineer from University of Mumbai and has over 25 years of experience in the education.
I request Madam to speak for our audience about the engineering admission process.
Very good afternoon. Just giving a minute to start the presentation and then get started. Yeah, may I request Mr. Sunil to just start with the presentation? Very good afternoon. Now the waiting period is almost over. I need to say the results of the got declared on 16th of June. And when we the grading number our process is going to start. So please establish that your process for registration is going to begin from 10th of this month. Okay. So now in the coming week, your registration process will start. And what things you need to follow. That is what now we will see in the upcoming presentation. Okay. Okay, we'll take some time maybe for them to start with the PPT. Let me go ahead with it. You all are very well aware of the website, that is www.mahacet.org, where you have already seen your results and also going through all the updates. So on a very same website, now the schedule is expected on 10, could be, at the end of that day or maybe on the beginning of that day. So you will find a schedule there wherein the process for registration will start. So what is that registration process? Every individual who is eligible to seek admission into engineering then has to register. Eligibility, I'm sure all of you are aware on the basis of your standard 12 marks. Those who have minimum 45% in your standard 12 of physics plus maths plus third subject could be chemistry or any of the bifocal subject. And for reserve category students, it's 40%. So every such eligible candidate then will participate in this process. And in that process, you have to first fill an online application form, which will start from 10. So it's a simple application form, means your personal details. You are required to upload documents. Now, documents means what? Your 12th standard mark sheet, because that is for eligibility. Your CET scorecard, your JEE main scorecard. So it's irrespective of whether you are qualified or not for JEE main. That has nothing to do as far as this state college admission process is concerned. So upload your JEE main scorecard and your living certificate or say your birth certificate. That is a proof of your domicile. See, a student who is born in Maharashtra has taken his standard 10 and 12 from Maharashtra is Maharashtra domicile student. So no need to go for a separate domicile certificate if a candidate is fulfilling these 3 conditions. लेकिन समझो ये 3 में से एक आध condition थी कोई candidate की, if it is not fulfilled, then candidate need to have a domicile or his mother or father need to have a domicile to be eligible for the state seats. So through this centralized admission process, the seats which are filled in are this mic, so I can move around. Yeah. Thank you. Hello. So basically through centralized admission process, the seats which are filled in are Maharashtra state seats which are available in all colleges in the state. The merit will be definitely your CET percentile that you have with you. And every Maharashtra domicile student is eligible. Even minority seats in the respective minority colleges, basis your linguistic or religious minority, will be through CAT. Okay. There are all India seats which are 15% of the seats in every unaided, private means unaided college, which are filled through CAT, but on the basis of your JEE main. That's the reason I said when you will upload documents, you must also upload your JEE main scorecard. So for all these seats, every candidate has to fill in one single online application form, that is from 10. Again, no need to do that immediately on the very first day. Okay, you will have almost maybe 6 to 7 days to complete that process. Again, do not wait till the last day at 5 p.m. So you have sufficient number of days. Since the wait period is long, no need to get panicked. नहीं मुझे तो 10 तारीख को तुरंत सब कुछ करना है. The site may get attached. So have patience, fill in your personal details, upload documents, and get them verified. We will see that. Then there will be allotment rounds. Like last year, there would be 3 rounds of allotment: CAT round 1, 2, 3, and in the CAT allotment, say a student will be allotted a seat. What one has to do, whether to freeze it or go for betterment, we will see step by step. So we'll see this CAT process in further details. But another way to look in for admissions is also that is through institute level process. It is applicable only to all private colleges. Because 20% of the seats in every unaided means private college are filled at the institute level. Institute level means they are filled on the basis of merit, but it is decentralized. Decentralized means you need to approach a particular institute of your interest, fill in their application form, and follow the admission rounds as per the schedule mentioned by that institute. So, if a candidate would be applying to institute level, still filling or registering for the CAT process is mandatory. That's the reason you must have found, even though the process has not begun, the colleges also have not started with their institute level process. Okay, you can fill in their institute level form, but no college could start the process because CAT registration is still awaited. Okay, so that is multiple allotments for any candidate is possible provided a candidate is seeking admission along with CAT to institute level. Through CAT, a candidate would have a single allotment. Okay? So the steps involved for you would be filling up the online application form, submit all the required, upload, not submit, upload the required documents, and then get them verified from the nearest facilitation center, or they call it as a scrutiny center. Means facility is provided for candidates, those who are not able to scan and upload on their own. Okay, you can very well visit the nearest facilitation center. The list also will be made available when the process gets or the schedule gets displayed. So you can go there, get your documents uploaded, and then you need to also get your application form verified. Verified means your uploaded documents will be cross-checked with your originals. Originals will obviously remain always with you. So your form gets verified means you have registered for the process. So to complete this task, you will have minimum maybe for a week, as it happens every year. After the last day of students to submit and upload and get the form verified, so DT means the Directorate of Technical Education, the governing body would have all the interested applicants, and on the basis of the CET percentile, then you are going to get a unique merit number, that is your state level merit number. At present, what you have is only your percentile. But with this process, means after the registration getting over, in the schedule, it will be mentioned that on a particular day, you log in to check your merit rank. So you are going to get your state level rank. Okay. Once you get your state level rank, then the feasibility will be more clear that which all college, what are my chances of getting admission, whether the cutoffs will be higher this year or it could get lower. That you can check once you get your state ranks. After that, entire seat matrix will be made display, will be made available to you. Means different types of colleges, how the category-wise seat distribution is in different types of colleges, and then CAT 1 round will begin, where you are required to fill your options. Minimum 1, maximum 300. Allotment will take place, and the day of result, you will get to know the nature of offer, whether you are allotted a seat, and then what I need to do with my allotted seat. Like this, first round will take place, then second round, then third round. So by the time mostly your colleges would start, could be August end or September first week. Let's see how the schedule is going to be. So, you would cater to different types of colleges when you will participate in this process. All government colleges like Government College of Ratnagiri that comes under Mumbai region. And as far as specific Mumbai, when we talk about only two government colleges, VJTI and SCC. So in government college like say VJTI, SCCE, 100% seats are only through CAP. In government college, there are no institute level seats. Okay. These are all Maharashtra state seats. Since your JEE main has nothing to, no real source to take, no, where 70% seats are on the basis of your CET, means state seat, and 30% seats on the basis of JEE main, means all India seats. See, when we talk about all India seats, means along with Maharashtra state students, when other states are eligible. Okay, that is also the case for all private colleges. Private seats are eligible. May it be a non-minority, may it be a non-minority college like SPIT or say Vidyalangar Institute of Technology, or a minority college like Vivesanvi Tharomal. So in all these unaided colleges, 20% of the seats are through CAP, 38% of the seats are CAP of 20%. Hello. So 80% seats through CAP and 20% seats through institute level seats, so a separate process. So you are eligible for all 100% seats when you are participating in these processes. Allotment is computerized. Though computerized, it is purely on merit. Okay? So you are not present at the time of allotment. आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा कि चलो रैंक 1 आता है, उसने VJTI CS ले लिया, फिर सेकंड रैंक आया, उसने VJTI CS ले लिया. So how the vacancies are getting updated? You are not going to get that. Your role is what? To fill in your options, submit, and on a day of result, you will get to know the nature of offer. You are allotted on the basis of merit and the options you have mentioned. Okay. So it is on the, it is computerized. What you need to do is understand how the seat distribution is and how I need to fill in my options. That is the main thing you are supposed to do. We'll see that what is that option. Okay, option is nothing but it is expressed as a 9-digit code. It is known as a choice code. Basically, it is a combination of the institute that you want to opt for and the branch of engineering. When the CAP 1 will begin, okay, you are required to choose, say, a college, for example, in Mumbai, Vidyalankar Institute of Technology. So when you select on Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, a 4-digit code for the college gets fetched. You don't have to mug it up. So say 3139, that's the code for our college. Now, branch of engineering. If I'm interested in computer engineering, I'll select computer engineering. Then the next 3 digits are for the branch, means the course. So 245. First 4 digit is for the college. Next 3 digits is for the course. Then the next digit, by default, it's going to be 1 because all colleges now run in a general shift. There is nothing like first shift and second shift. So you will have the second last digit as 1 by default. And the last digit is for the type of seat. It has nothing to do with your gender or minority or caste. 0 means a general seat and 1 means TFWS, that is tuition fee waiver scheme seat. Who is eligible for this? It is only on the basis of the family income of a candidate. If it is less than 8 lakhs per annum, then such candidates should even upload that income certificate when you upload your other documents. Okay, then such candidate is eligible for these TFWS seats. Means if you get under TFWS in any college, your tuition fee gets waived off. Okay, so only such candidates can have the last digit an option to even, along with 0, they can even make it as 1 means you are applying for a TFWS seat. Now, these tuition fee waiver scheme seats, TFWS seats, are in all colleges, and these are 5% over and above the sanctioned intake. So you will not find TFWS as a part of reservation, though there are 50% reservations and other girls quota applicable in all colleges. So TFWS is over and above, the way EWS is 10% over and above. So you will not find TFWS or EWS in reservation category. So it is basically a 9-digit choice code. What you need to do is, before you actually participate in CAP 1, because that's the time you need to enter data. At this stage, your option form should be ready on paper, that these are the institutes and these are the courses I'm interested in. So have your option form on paper ready. Forget about the code, because code you will get when you will actually fill in your option form. But on paper, say VJTI computer, VJTI IT, Vidyalankar computers, likewise, your options should be ready. Okay. So this is what is an option. And to prepare that option, what is required? Of course, which branch I would like to get into. The experts have already spoken a lot about different branches and its scope, so we will not get into those details. So identify one branch of engineering and also say allied branches. If I'm not going to get this is not the feasible for me, which all other branches I'm comfortable with. And then, of course, the institute. Okay, as we have seen in the discussion, that how to choose an institute, go and visit the campus, and then have your choices ready for a particular institute and a course. It's going to be your option form, students. Okay, it's your choices. So there is no thumb rule that how I need to write my option form. Nobody else can write option form for you. You have to decide that these are going to be my choices and these are my preferences. Say, for example, if a student would like to get into college A, and since all these are allied branches, a student may, prefer that college A computers, college A information technology, then say college in the same college telecommunication, or say electronics computer science. With the same set of branches, my next option will be with college B, with college C. You could see here the arrangement of options by a student is college wise. The second is a student has a thinking, no, I would like to get into computer engineering only. So his choices would be, say, college A computers, college B, then college C, D, E. But I can't go to college X, Y, Z, will not compromise for the branch to any college. So the student may write with information technology with A, B, C, D, E. The example here show that this is a branch-wise arrangement. I always advise students, rather than blindly going with college-wise or branch-wise, it should be on the merit of the option. Means weigh your college course combinations and then have your options. Okay, something like college A computers, B computers, means you are actually selecting a college for the branch of your choice. Say college A IT, because there is no difference between these two branches as far as placements are concerned, as far as higher study options are concerned. College C computers, college B IT, means it has to be on the merit of the option. Bottom line is it's your option form, your choice. So it should not be that, okay, how my friend is writing options, I should write in the same way, because where you stay, what is your merit, which college or the course you are aiming at, your option form is going to be for you. Now, how to find the feasibility? Okay, I can write number of options. I know my percentile. So which all college I'm going to get into? You have your CET percentile. Okay, ranks you will get maybe somewhere by mid of this or later on in maybe somewhere by 3rd week of this month, once the process registration gets over. Right now, with the percentile, you can actually check with the last year's cutoffs. I'll tell you where you can get. We do have our mission admission booklet, wherein we have given for all colleges in Mumbai for their respective branches last year's cutoffs for state level seats. That is on the basis of their CET percentile, and even for all India seats on the basis of JEE Main. So you do have your CET percentile and JEE main percentile, you can very well check the feasibility basis your last year's cutoffs. And once you get rank, that time you have to again relook at the cutoffs that last year for this percentile, this was the rank and what is my rank. So for this rank of mine, what were the percentile? So that will give you an idea to check your feasibility. Okay, so choose your feasible options in this manner. Keep in mind, whenever you see the ranks for any of the categories, always those are state level ranks. Many a time student make a mistake that they check their respective category rank for the cutoffs. But when you find cutoff, even though they are in the category, they are always their state level ranks. So you will get that to see in our mission admission booklet on our vidyalankar.org website. You can download the mission admission booklet to get last year's cutoffs for all colleges for the respective branches. So now you need to categorize the options that you have on listed on paper, okay, before the actual cap begin. That, okay, when I see the feasibility, these are the options I may not get. So obviously those would be your dream options, but have them. Why? Because if students above you on merit, if they happen to make any mistake, your dream might get true. Okay. So some dream, then optimistic. Optimistic means अगर ये साल cutoffs थोड़े कम हो गए तो मुझे मिलने का chance है. That is what is optimistic. And your option form must have realistic options, because it is very much essential to get seat allotted in a very first cap round. देखो cap round 1 में all seats are available, whereas cap 2, cap 3 are actually vacancy rounds. Means the seats which are not opted by students or rejected by students, only those seats are available for the further allotments or betterment options. So your realistic options must be in your option form so as to get seat allotted in a very first cap round. Though computerized, the allotment happens purely on merit. That is what they call it as inter se merit. Means the forms are searched merit wise, rank 1, then rank 2, then rank 3, 4, ऐसे होता है. समझो, after 1000 किसका number आएगा? 1001. A student has mentioned number of options and his friend whose merit rank is 1002, obviously below merit. Now, if you just see that a student 1001 has written one choice at number 18, which his friend has mentioned topmost, but his rank is 1002. So he need not worry कि अरे उसने तो topmost लिखा है तो ये मुझे मिलेगा क्या या उसको मिलेगा. इंटर से मेरिट का मतलब क्या है? First, choices for 1001 will be considered and only after going through options of 1001, 1002 का form आएगा. So you need not bother about what others have written options at which position. Okay, who is going to create vacancy for 1001? The students who are above him on merit, not the one who are below him on merit. Okay, so this is going to be your option form. Do not bother about somebody else's form. Just focus on your own. It is only through merit. And when such individual form as per merit is considered for allotment, what is a logic in that allotment process? That we will see. आपको तो direct result आने वाला है. कैप का फॉर्म भरोगे, 3 दिन में आपको submit करना होगा. And then they will display that on so and so day you need to log in to see the nature of allotment. So what exactly that allotment means? A student has mentioned number of options. अभी देखो, option, what is an option? First 4 digit for the college, then 3 digits for the branch, general shift, say general seat. Nowhere one has to mention I am applying through girls quota, मुझे minority seat चाहिए या मुझे category seat चाहिए. No, your candidature is considered when you register. When a girl candidate is ticking on female, you are considered for girls quota. A category candidate, when you are submitting or uploading your document, you are considered for that particular quota. In the option form, there is no provision to write for which type of seat you have to do it. It is only your choice. Okay. So how the allotment takes place? It is a sequential search. Means the program will check for the first option by the student. Okay, is the seat available for this institute for this particular course? समझो ये फॉर्म है 1001 का, तो ऊपर जो उसके 1000 स्टूडेंट्स है उनके लिए ये कॉलेज और ये सीट सब अलॉट होके खत्म हो गए हैं, तो naturally no seat is available for this particular option for him. I'm just explaining the logic. A student will not see this. So since this seat is not available, it's a sequential search, so program will search for the second option. Is the seat available for this college, this branch? No. Third option, is it available? No. Point here is, if a candidate has mentioned, say for example, only 3 options, means only dream, what would have been the outcome? No allotment. That is danger. Okay, having no allotment in a very first cap round. That's the reason you have to write not only dream, but even optimistic and realistic options. Okay, so now here you could see the student has mentioned number of options. The search will continue, say to the 4th one. Now this seat is available, that gets allotted and search ends for this candidate. So very first position. Later on, after the allotment, student को लगता है अरे मुझे तो ये मैंने 5th पे लिखा था वो चाहिए था. So you should have written it prior. The program will check that what is the most preferred option the student has written at the first position, then next, then next. Program is not going to search कि ये बच्चे को इसमें से कौन सा best है. You are indicating your priority that topmost what I have written is my most preferred, then second, then third, then fourth. Okay. So the search will then end here. That's the reason you need to do quality analysis and prioritization so that you will not lose on a good option. Okay. Arrange your options as per your preferences. Dream at the top, then optimistic, and then realistic. If you do not write any option, means you are skipping round 1. That nobody should do. As I said, very first cap round, all seats are available, must participate. Minimum 1, maximum 300 options. The very next question is, kitne likhne chahiye? Nobody can go till 300. Again, no thumb rule. आपका state rank आता है, आपको पता चलेगा कि मुझे कितने लिखने हैं. Okay, if it happens to be just one single or a double digit state rank, I will just write 2, 3, 4 options because I know I'm definitely going to get into these colleges. If it is 3 digit, 4 digit, I have to write few dream, number of optimistic and number of realistic options. So there is no rule that I have to write 15 or 20 or 25 or 35. Make sure it should be few dream, then optimistic and realistic as per your choices. ठीक है? You are allowed to write minimum 1, maximum 300 options in this option form. Even all India seats, okay, in this particular process, generally students पूछते हैं कि मेरा admission CET के basis पे होगा या JEE main पे? You will not come to know because your CET, I mean state level rank will be considered for state seats and your all India rank will be considered for those 15% of the seats. So there are several internal rounds when a seat gets allotted to you. Just to give you an vague example, कि समझो ये स्टूडेंट को जेई मेन का जो रैंक है उसके बेसिस पे उसको 5th ऑप्शन पे सीट अवेलेबल है, बट बेसिस इज सीईटी परसेंटाइल 4th पे अवेलेबल है. सो विच वन इज प्रेफर्ड बाय अ स्टूडेंट, 4th over 5th. So which seat gets allotted to him? The state seat, or it could be vice versa. So your job is what? Your job is to write down your preferences basis your feasibility. Clear? So this is how the allotment would take place. There would be 3 rounds of cap to begin with. In cap round 1, you are required to fill in your option form and submit. Once you lock your options, you cannot make changes in that particular round. Okay? So on a very first day when you will enter, maybe you recheck it, ask your parents to check it, and then you lock them. Okay? Then the allotment will take place and you will get to know whether you are allotted a seat or not. Say, for example, the outcome for a candidate is with this particular option form, option number 7 is allotted, say VJTI Electronics. Once that gets allotted, you have to secure the seat by paying 1000 rupees online. That is a seat acceptance fees. Once you accept, means you have secured that seat, and then you are allowed to either freeze it or go for betterment. Means what? If Once you pay the seat acceptance fee and if you freeze it, then you are out from the further cap rounds, your admission is done. But if you do not freeze, means you are still going with the further cap rounds. ठीक है? So how is that? Say cap round 1. If a student is allotted to his topmost option, means option number 1, then there is no better than that. So that gets auto freezed. That's the reason your topmost option must be dream. Okay? तो चलो जिनका सिंगल डिजिट डबल डिजिट रैंक है उनका तो वही रियलिस्टिक और वही ड्रीम होगा. But for other students, your realistic should not be at the top. Means you are blocking yourself going for betterment. Clear? So it has to be dream. So if you are allotted to the very first option, then it is auto freeze. Student will be out from the further cap rounds, but with admission in hand. ठीक है? Now a student, if allotted to any of the option 2 onwards, still you have a choice to freeze. But most of the, I mean, almost all students, why one would freeze? You would definitely go for betterment for the next round. Means you have to pay 1,000 rupees as seat acceptance fees. Means I have secured that seat, but still I would like to go with the second round to check if any vacancy arises. Am I getting shifted to the better option? Okay. So after cap round 1, the vacancy position will be displayed again on the site. कि अभी ये colleges में ये branches के लिए कितने seats कौन से category के लिए vacant है. Now this year, remember, the situation is different than last year. So if you happen to see the cutoffs for say second round or third round, you cannot directly relate because it all depends again on when the rounds are going to take place. This year, the process has yet to start, whereas the JOSA process, means admissions to IITs and NITs, they have already taken place. Okay, by the time your registration begin, I think they will come up to their 5th round, means where exit option also gets blocked. Means students who are going for centrally funded institutes will not even register this time for the CAP process. Unka to admission ho gaya hai, so they will not even register. There would be number of students who are 100 percentilers or above 99 percentile who will not even register for the CAP process. Ye dhyan mein rakho. So last year, ke students had registered because the other process was going side by side, and since they were allotted seats, may it be in COEP or in VJTI, they did not secure, and so vacancy, arised. This may not happen this year. समझ में आ रहा है? तो you just can't, think of के मुझे next round में कितना better मिल सकता है. Because now only and only CET aspirants would be participating in the process, majority of the cases, है ना? काफी कम होंगे कि जिनको वहां का छोड़ के यहाँ पे आना होगा. Because that process is almost coming towards end. So, you definitely, but still go for betterment because there is no need to freeze. You always have a choice to go for betterment. So when second round would begin, there will be vacancy position and you will get to know whether I'm still at the same position or I'm shifted to my better option. जैसे अभी last example में हमने देखा, a student is allotted option number 7 and say he has gone for betterment. It may so happen that student in the second cap allotment still at the same 7 number. ठीक है, means same college, same course. Student will still go with the betterment. देखते हैं third round में क्या होता है. So advice to you is go till the third round. There is no need to freeze unless it is auto freezed. ठीक है. Now, if a candidate is shifted, say from 7th position, for example, to 5th, means due to vacancies as per merit, if he is allotted 5th. Now then there you do not have a choice that, okay, मैं अभी 5th रखूं या 7th रखूं. Then 7th is automatically gone because you are shifted upwards to your 5th allotted seat. ठीक है? So there is no way you can come back. You do not have a choice. When you are shifted to a better option, you don't have to again pay any acceptance fees. That is to be paid only once. जो students को first round में allotment आया ही नहीं है, I mean unfortunately, and in second round, first time when a student gets a seat allotted, only then In the second round, one has to pay the acceptance fees. Those who have already secured a seat, they need not. So acceptance fees need to be paid only once. Okay? So here the student will go with the betterment. Okay, now again in the second cap round, do I have the facility to edit options? Yes, you have. But if in a very first cap, if you write your options so well, there is no need to change. Getting it? You are just waiting that whether I'm getting upward shift based on vacancies. But yes, there is a facility that you can edit those options. Likewise, then second round will take place and then the final third cap round. This is the final round. Here in the allotment, the seat that is allotted to you is your final allotment. So you have to accept. So that's the time you have to go to that finally allotted college, pay your engineering first year fees, submit your originals to the college, means your admission is done, and wait for your first year to begin. Okay. In the final cap round, if you reject that allotted seat, cap gets over. Then there are no further centralized rounds. Then one has to only check if at all any vacancies at respective institutes. Okay, if any vacancies that time, तो ऐसे नहीं होता है कि third cap round के बाद institute level शुरू होता है. Institute level seats will start side by side once the cap registration will start. Okay, so ideally no one should reject in the third cap because that is the final cap round. Okay, so you will be paying your college fees only after third cap round. Till that time, the originals would be with you, and even your college fees, I mean, you have to only pay your 1,000 rupees as acceptance fees. So all cutoffs, for all Mumbai colleges, for their respective branches, you will find, and this entire information, all these flowcharts in our mission admission booklet. You can visit our website, www.vidyalankar.org. On the website itself, you will find Mission Admission 2024. When you click on it, you will find here like Mission Admission booklet. ये ऐसे दिखेगा, ये आप download कर सकते हो, wherein you will get the cutoffs for state level seats, basis CET percentile and state rank. Same for all India seats, basis percentile and rank. So that will help you to make a list and understand your feasible options. This is all about the process that you are going to follow now from 10th of July. If you have any questions with respect to process, you can definitely ask me. If any questions. Yes. You will have an, I mean, when a student, in a very first cap round, in fact, it is not even cap 2. In a very first cap, once a student gets seat allotted, one has to pay 1,000 rupees as acceptance fees. And there will be two options, freeze, no freeze. Freeze means you will be out from cap with the admission in hand. That's the final admission. Student will be out from the cap. When you click on no freeze means you are going for betterment. No, you have secured it. That's the reason you have to pay 1,000. See, if a candidate do not pay 1,000 rupees means you have rejected that. That is what is seat acceptance fees. Yes, that seat will be with you. Even if you do not get betterment, that is with you. Okay, so one has to pay 1,000 rupees. That is mandatory. Yes, any other query? Yes. Birth certificate is fine. It is only the on the living certificate also place of birth is mentioned. Birth certificate anyway you have. So either one is okay when you upload.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
If I get option in a seat allotted in first round, let's say not the first one,
Any other.
any other, and if I go for the second round, then
After
that
securing.
yeah, after securing, and if for in the betterment, if I get the option above than the first, what I get in the first round, so that option that get auto cancelled, right?
Yes.
So
So you are the one that you are allotted is your allotted.
allotted one, so the better option. right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. That gets auto freeze, but you are accepting it. If you do not, means you are rejecting, though it is auto freezed.
Auto freeze first round.
First round, if topmost option gets allotted, then it is auto freezed.
If it is auto freeze,
Still, you have
should
to
we
pay.
have to pay the
Yes.
fees 1,000 rupees?
Yes, because that 1,000 rupees means that is the acceptance fees. If you do not pay, means you are rejecting it. Okay. Yes. Auto freeze means you are out from the cap, but you have to secure na, that I want this admission. Everything will be mentioned in the schedule, okay, that when one has to do. Yes.
बना के देने का रहता है कॉलेज सिर्फ खाली डीडी एक्सेप्ट करती है बाकी कुछ एक्सेप्ट नहीं करती है कार्ड भी एक्सेप्ट नहीं करती
थर्ड कैप के बाद ना
हाँ कैप के बाद
हाँ
सिलेक्शन के बाद
फाइनल अलॉटमेंट के बाद
कम से कम 5 days ऐसा तो मिलना चाहिए ना
अरे वी आर नॉट द वन हु आर गोइंग टू डिसाइड यू कैन मेल इट टू कॉन्टैक्ट अस में होता है ना वहां सीटी सेल पे वहां पे बोल दो
कॉलेज वाले को मतलब इतना करना चाहिए ना कि 5 days तो कम से कम होना चाहिए क्योंकि कभी कभी बैंक भी बंद रहता है तो भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है
अरे नहीं नहीं ऐसे नहीं करेंगे आपको अगर वहां तभी छुट्टी वगैरह होती है ना तो भी वो बराबर प्रॉपर दिन दे देंगे आपको
ओनली 3 days रहता है मैं लास्ट टाइम मैंने एक्सपीरियंस
तो फिर फाइनल अलॉटमेंट आ गया ना तो तुरंत बैंक में जाके डीडी निकालना होगा आपको वो इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए
कार्ड भी एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए ना
अरे वो भी दैट इज नॉट इन आवर हैंड नहीं 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 देखियो आपके पास फैसिलिटी होगी कि आपको ऑप्शन कुछ चेंज करना है अरे मैंने तो अच्छा ऑप्शन नहीं लिखा था मैं एडिट कर सकते हैं लेकिन हर एक के लिए आपको अलग करने की जरूरत नहीं है वही कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा ना कि जैसे 7th ऑप्शन अलॉट हुआ आई एम कंटिन्यूइंग विद द सेम फॉर बेटरमेंट ऊपर का मिलता है तो अच्छा ही है ओके देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड स्पॉट राउंड ओके अभी देखो थर्ड कैप के बाद जो वैकेंसीज रहेंगे कॉलेजेस में वो कौन से रह सकते हैं हाउ द वैकेंसीज विल अराइज देयर आर डिफरेंट रीजंस वन इज maybe in some colleges for some branches student will not even opt for some colleges some branches so those will be vacant seats if a student number of students are allotted colleges in the first cap and if it happens that students have not paid acceptance fees because they don't want okay so those are rejected means those will be vacant and students after accepting do not pay in the third cap the college fees means you are rejecting the finally allotted seat. After third cap, such seats that remain vacant are shifted to institute level seats because cap gets over. समझ में आया? तो if at all any vacancies that remain after third cap, then those get shifted to institute level seats. So then again, institute has a right to fill those seats. Spot round वगैरह अभी नहीं होगा. I mean, there is nothing called spot round. Like last year or earlier to that year, when both the processes were going side by side, JOSA and CAP. So students who were allotted, for example, colleges like COEP, VJTI, and then they did not, they just paid 1,000 rupees because their seat in the centrally funded institutes was not confirmed. So they were going with both the processes. After third cap round, they rejected, they did not go to the college and pay fees, maybe top colleges like COEP, VJTI. So since the students did not pay the college fees, though they were allotted as finally allotted seats, those seats were vacant, right? For such government vacant seats, then a special round was conducted, wherein all students were eligible. लेकिन वो कैप का शेड्यूल में ही फिर वो अनाउंस करते हैं. But this year, that possibility is very, very rare. Okay, it's very rare because 5th round of JOSA is, I think, getting over somewhere next week itself, where they do not have an option to exit. They are not going to get their money back after the 5th round. So those who have confirmed their admissions, they will not even register for this process. State rank आएगा ना तभी आपको पता चलेगा. वो state rank पूरा list आपको आपका स्टेट रैंक आता है लेकिन पूरा एक लिस्ट भी उनका बाद में पब्लिश होता है तो तभी समझेगा कि दिस ईयर देयर आर 20 students in PCM with 100 percentile in the state. तो पहले 20 सब 100 वाले नहीं होंगे. Obviously, students have not registered. Clear. Had it been earlier, पहले तो 20 वोट 100 वाले ही रहते थे. समझे? Yes. Yes. You don't have to pay to any college. It is to the CT cell. Yes. That is for domicile. Okay. Type A means a student who is born in Maharashtra, 10th and 12th from Maharashtra. So no need of any particular domicile. Your birth certificate, your 10th and 12th mark sheet says that you are a domicile of Maharashtra. If any of these three is not satisfied, type B means a candidate need to have a domicile or his mother or father should have a domicile of Maharashtra so that candidate will be considered for state seat. It is for that reason. Okay, that has nothing to do with the admission process as such. So, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि A, B है तो कुछ फर्क होता है, कुछ नहीं. देखिए वो हर एक इंस्टीट्यूट के ऊपर है कि अभी विद्यालंकार का तो हमारे VIT के वेबसाइट पे एक एडमिशंस में जाएंगे तो ऑनलाइन फॉर्म है, तो हाँ तो वो भरना है. तो अभी मोस्ट ऑफ द कॉलेजेस हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड स्टूडेंट्स टू फिल इन देयर फॉर्म फॉर देयर इंस्टीट्यूट. कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट लेवल सीट का एडमिशन होने के लिए भी स्टूडेंट का कैप रजिस्ट्रेशन होना मैंडेटरी है, क्योंकि डॉक्यूमेंट वेरिफिकेशन इज डन बाय द गवर्निंग बॉडी ना, तो वो एप्लीकेशन नंबर यहाँ पे भी होना जरूरी ही है. क्या है?
They are asking for FC registration number.
हाँ वही तो, FC मीन्स फैसिलिटेशन सेंटर, यू कॉल इट एज FC और स्क्रूटिनी सेंटर. तो जब आप अभी 10 तारीख के बाद you will fill application form for CAP, you will upload documents and get it verified, you are going to get your number na. I'm not saying the state level merit number, your number, application number, that is the one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so every institute level admission, this process is mandatory, getting your documents verified. Okay. फ्रीज किया है तो सेकंड राउंड का सवाल ही नहीं है, बेटरमेंट के लिए. हाँ तो जो आपका है वही है ना, 1000 रुपीज भरना है. यस वही रहेगा. यस 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 सर. यस institute level. Yes. So how, say, let's say you, a candidate has secured a seat through institute level. Secured means what? When you will confirm your admission at any institute level, when you pay fees and submit original documents. So your admission is done. As far as institute level is concerned, the CAP is still going on and you happen to get allotted seats, say maybe a government college of your interest. And if you are allotted that seat, then you have to cancel the admission at the institute level. Okay, when you have to immediately go to the college, fill the cancellation form. As soon you fill a cancellation form, institute will give you your originals back and your amount will also be refunded. It depends from institute to institute, maybe in 3 days time or 8 days time. So full refund is given till the cutoff date. Even in the schedule, they will mention cutoff date. Say somewhere by mid-August वगैरह जो होता है, that's the last date for admission cutoff date. उसके पहले आप admission cancel करोगे तो आपको वो मिलेगा. Means only your amount gets blocked for a certain time. It is same because institute level fees and college, through CAP college fees remains same. So it is up to the student which one to retain, and see if you retain anyway, I have got it through institute level, you continue with that. So his CAP seat gets vacated that some other student may get. If you want to go ahead with the CAP, he will be allotted that seat and institute seat will be given to somebody else. There is no difference, if when you go with the same institute. Okay, and if it is with the other, your amount gets blocked. But you are definitely going to get it refunded. Yes, because in cap you are only paying 1,000 rupees till third cap. So money gets blocked only in case of institute level. That depends from institute to institute. Okay, generally what they do once they start with a process, they display, they prepare a merit on the basis of number of students who have applied to the institute. Then they would call, like in auditorium or say in a class, that from this merit to this merit, students need and the parents need to come with the check or say DD. So if I'm getting, you have to secure it there itself. All no. You cannot come and say, okay, I'm taking it, I will pay after 2 days. No, that's not. That never generally happens in any of the institute level admissions. So when you are going for any institute level admission, on that particular day and slot, which is wherein your merit is, you have to, you will be asked to come with a DD. If you feel like, say, I'm interested, say, only in computers, if I get into, and when you will be called as per the merit, सब बच्चे रहेंगे तो चलो इसका हो गया, इन्होंने सबने भर दिया और आपको समझो दूसरा ब्रांच है, and if you are not willing, you will not take. That's the only difference. Okay. So I hope all queries are solved. Yes. कट ऑफ ना इंस्टीट्यूट लेवल का ऐसे होता ही नहीं है ना. There is no cut off. Merit is considered. There is no cut off because even after third cap round, the seats, if at all any, remain vacant due to any type of cancellations, that those are again that gets added to the institute level. तो ऐसे कोई institute level का cut off नहीं होता है. But for good colleges, of course, you need to have good percentile. That's the only thing. That वही तो मैं बता रही हूँ कि वो कौन से इंस्टीट्यूट में कितने स्टूडेंट्स अप्लाई करते हैं ना, उसके हिसाब से वहां पे मेरिट होगा. तो बच्चों को बुलाया जाएगा कि फ्रॉम दिस मेरिट टू दिस मेरिट, आज आपको ये दिन में 10 बजे आना है, फिर दूसरे स्लॉट को नहीं. I do not know about the college cutoffs. Of course, our college authorities will be here. You can just ask them because I belong to the head office that is from the classes. So I have no idea about institute level cutoff. Better that student and parent to be there because the call need to be taken by the candidate, whether I am okay with that particular seat or not. Then just give the authority letter. Yes, the institute should be okay with it because it's institute level. Generally, colleges ask for a DD because to get check cleared, again, it is the same number of days it will take. It again depends from institute to institute, but they generally ask for a DD. Yes. नहीं, अभी आपको जब शेड्यूल समझो 10 तारीख से 16 तारीख तक है, तो तब तक आपका होना ही चाहिए क्योंकि आपको रैंक उस हिसाब से मिलेगा ना. स्टेट लेवल रैंक तो मिलेगा ही, बट इफ यू फेल टू सबमिट योर सर्टिफिकेट and say NCL also, because OBC is only for NCL. If you do not, then a student will not even get OBC NCL rank. Na? Every student will get number of ranks. Each student will get state level merit number, means where I stand amongst all students in the state. Girls will also get girls state level merit number. Category students will also get category merit number. Minority को minority merit number भी मिलेगा. तो आपका कैंडिडेचर अगर वो आप फुलफिल नहीं करते हो ना, तो वो कंसिडर नहीं होगा तब तक. दैट यू हैव टू चेक विद द FC. क्या होता है काफी बार फिर गवर्नमेंट से भी ऑर्डर आती है ना कि हाँ चलो ये एक्सटेंशन दे दो वगैरह. So that depends time to time. OBC to open नहीं, open तो होगा ही होगा. If the student is not fulfilling that condition, तो he will be definitely considered for open. हाँ. No, 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 no. क्या है? अभी तो इंफॉर्मेशन, अभी तक शेड्यूल भी नहीं आया और इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रोशर में इफ एट ऑल दे ऐड तो ही, बट नो आइडिया. Let us see now one, because information brochure is also not available na, for this year. हाँ देखिए, नहीं रैंक तो हर एक स्टूडेंट को स्टेट लेवल मेरिट रैंक तो आना ही आना है. इफ दे अलाउ दैट कैटेगरी तो आपको अलग से वो भी रैंक आएगा, तो वो रिजर्वेशन में चेंजेस होंगे, बाकी कुछ नहीं. अभी वो 50% में ही रखेंगे या एडिशनल करेंगे. आई डोंट थिंक दैट दे विल पुट एडिशनल बिकॉज कोर्ट हैज नॉट अलाउड मोर देन 50%. तो वो हाँ फिक्स ही नहीं हुआ है. तो अगर वो 50% में ही रखते हैं तो वापस और जो ऑलरेडी 50% में है वो लोग कुछ बोलेंगे, तो वो भी वी डोंट नो ना क्या होगा उसके लिए. नहीं वो तो नहीं, वो फॉर्म आएगा तभी वो क्लैरिटी आएगा ना. फॉर्म एक ही दिन में सब भरना नहीं है ना. जब सी व्हेन द शेड्यूल विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन 10th, on a same day even the information brochure will be available for this year. That now government has to decide. I am here to give you information what government is going to do. Okay, so all the very best students. The process is simple, not to worry. If at all during the process, if you come across any query, do call us at our head office, that is Pearl Center. Our board number is 42324232, and you can just ask for our name. We can definitely guide you that time. Okay. So thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Ma'am, for one thing. Thank you very much, Rucha Madam, for explaining the admission procedure to our engineering aspirants in detail. I am sure this has helped our audience tremendously. Now I invite Dr. Ambadas Deshmukh to come to the dais. He is a very versatile professor of mathematics with 27 years of teaching and industry experience. Sir is very passionate about teaching mathematics by giving examples from real life which students can relate to easily. May I now request Dr. Ambadas Deshmukh, coordinator of today's guidance seminar on engineering admissions, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. On behalf of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, I would like to sincerely thank all our esteemed guest panelists, the expert speakers, Mr. Dilip Iyer, Mr. Bhavesh Vakharia, and Ms. Geeta Babaria. Thank you so much for sparing your time, for sharing valuable insights on the importance and opportunities of various engineering branches, and for inspiring everyone present for this seminar. I also thank Ms. Rucha Kulkarni Madam for educating us about the intricacies of first year engineering admission process 2024. I also take this opportunity to thank all our higher authorities, Principal Dr. Sunil Patekar, In charge Principal Dr. Sangeeta Joshi, Chief Academic Officer Dr. Saurabh Mehta, Chief Operations Officer Dr. Amit Oak, Vice Principal Dr. Varsha Bhosle, Moderator of the panel discussion Professor Pankaj Banwari, Convener of this webinar and first year engineering in charge Professor Sonali Borkar, Coordinator of this program and FEDAO Professor Meenakshi Nandula, III committee and the entire organizing team. Thank you so much to each one of you for being a part of this seminar. A big thank you to all engineering aspirants and their parents for taking out time from their schedule to visit our campus. We hope that the most of your queries related to engineering admissions are answered, and it was a great pleasure to have you all here. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
I request the VIT student volunteers to direct the audience to M Block lobby to see the department kiosk where projects are being displayed, and also students shall get information about various engineering branches, minor and honors degree program, thrust areas of engineering, and many more. So kindly proceed to the M Block lobby. Thank you.